The story begins on a quiet, unassuming Earth in the year 2147. Humanity has thrived, not through conquest or domination, but through unity and innovation. The skies are clear, the air is pure, and the world is a patchwork of thriving cities and lush green landscapes. But beneath this veneer of progress lies a fragile balance. The protagonist, Dr. Ilara Voss, is a brilliant but weary astrophysicist who has spent her life studying the stars, searching for signs of life beyond Earth. She is a woman haunted by loss. Her husband, a fellow scientist, died in a tragic accident during an experimental space mission years ago. Since then, Ilara has thrown herself into her work, finding solace in the vastness of the cosmos. Ilara's world is one of quiet routines, early mornings in her observatory, late nights analyzing data, and the occasional visit from her teenage daughter, Lila, who shares her father's adventurous spirit but struggles to connect with her emotionally distant mother. Lila is a dreamer, always sketching fantastical worlds and imagining life beyond the stars. Ilara, however, is a realist, grounded in the cold, hard truths of science. Their relationship is strained, a reflection of Ilara's inability to let go of the past. One evening, as Ilara gazes through her telescope, she notices something unusual, a faint, pulsating light in a distant galaxy. At first, she dismisses it as a glitch, but over the next few days, the light grows brighter, more deliberate. Her colleagues are skeptical, but Ilara's instincts tell her this is no ordinary phenomenon. She begins to piece together the data, her heart racing as she uncovers a pattern, a message, hidden in the stars. The message is simple yet chilling: submit or perish. It is signed by two entities, the Galactic Federation, a coalition of advanced civilizations, and the Death World, a mysterious, malevolent force known for consuming entire planets. Ilara's discovery sends shockwaves through the scientific community, but before anyone can act, the skies above Earth begin to change. Dark clouds gather, blotting out the sun, and strange, metallic ships descend from the heavens. The world watches in stunned silence as the Galactic Federation and the Death World issue an ultimatum: humanity must surrender its sovereignty or face annihilation. Ilara is thrust into the spotlight, her discovery making her both a hero and a target. As the world descends into chaos, she finds herself grappling with a profound sense of guilt. Did her relentless search for answers inadvertently invite this catastrophe? And more importantly, can she find a way to save humanity before it's too late? The arrival of the Galactic Federation and the Death World marks the beginning of humanity's darkest hour. The Galactic Federation, led by the cold and calculating Commander Zorth, demands that Earth submit to their rule, promising peace and prosperity in exchange for obedience. The Death World, represented by the enigmatic and terrifying entity X9, offers no such assurances. It is a force of pure destruction, feeding on the fear and despair of its victims. Ilara is summoned to a global summit, where world leaders debate their options. Some advocate for surrender, believing resistance is futile. Others, fueled by pride and defiance, call for war. Ilara, however, remains silent, her mind racing as she studies the data. She notices something the others have missed, a subtle anomaly in the Death World's energy signature. It is weak, almost imperceptible, but it suggests a vulnerability. As the debate rages on, Ilara's daughter, Lila, sneaks into the summit, determined to see her mother in action. But when Lila accidentally triggers a security alert, chaos ensues. In the confusion, Ilara is separated from her daughter, her worst fears realized as Lila is captured by Entity X9's forces. The Death World broadcasts a chilling message: Lila will be the first to die unless humanity submits. Ilara is devastated, her scientific detachment shattered by the raw, primal fear of a mother losing her child. She vows to rescue Lila, no matter the cost. But as she delves deeper into the Death World's technology, she uncovers a horrifying truth: the Death World is not just a force of destruction, it is a sentient being, feeding on the life force of its victims to sustain itself. Lila's capture is not just a bargaining chip, it is a death sentence. With time running out, Ilara forms an unlikely alliance with Commander Zorth. Despite their differences, they share a common goal: to stop the Death World before it consumes Earth. Zorth reveals that the Galactic Federation has been fighting the Death World for centuries, but their efforts have been in vain. The Death World is too powerful, too unpredictable. But Ilara's discovery of its weakness gives them a glimmer of hope. As they prepare for a daring rescue mission, Ilara is forced to confront her own fears and insecurities. She has spent her life searching for answers in the stars, but now, the answers she seeks lie within herself. Can she find the strength to face the Death World and save her daughter? Or will her past failures condemn them all? The rescue mission is a perilous journey into the heart of darkness. Ilara, Zorth, and a small team of elite soldiers infiltrate the Death World's flagship, a massive, labyrinthine structure that seems to pulse with malevolent energy. The air is thick with tension as they navigate the ship's twisted corridors, their every step shadowed by the Death World's minions, grotesque, biomechanical creatures that seem to feed on fear. Ilara's scientific expertise proves invaluable as she deciphers the ship's alien technology, but her emotional turmoil threatens to overwhelm her. Every moment brings her closer to Lila, but also closer to the Death World's core, where the entity's power is strongest. Zorth, meanwhile, struggles with his own doubts. He has spent his life fighting for the Galactic Federation, but now, he questions whether their methods are truly just. Is submission to the Federation any better than annihilation at the hands of the Death World? As they near Lila's location, the team is ambushed by Entity X9's forces. A fierce battle ensues, and the team is forced to split up. Ilara and Zorth manage to reach Lila, but they are too late. The Death World has already begun draining her life force. Lila is weak, her once vibrant spirit fading fast. Ilara's heart breaks as she holds her daughter, vowing to do whatever it takes to save her, but the Death World is not done with them. Entity X9 appears, a towering, shadowy figure that seems to embody the very essence of fear. It mocks Ilara, taunting her with visions of her husband's death and her own failures. Zorth tries to fight back, but his weapons are useless against the entity's power. Ilara, however, refuses to give in. Drawing on her knowledge of the Death World's weakness, she devises a desperate plan to overload the entity's energy core, destroying it from within. The plan is risky, and the odds are against them. But as Ilara looks into Lila's eyes, she knows she has no choice. She must confront her fears, not just for her daughter's sake, but for the sake of all humanity. With Zorth's help, she sets the plan in motion, but the Death World fights back with everything it has. The ship begins to collapse around them, and time is running out. As Ilara and Zorth work to overload the Death World's core, they are confronted by a shocking revelation: the Death World is not just a mindless destroyer, it is a creation of the Galactic Federation. Centuries ago, the Federation sought to harness the power of fear as a weapon, but their experiment went horribly wrong, giving birth to Entity X9. The Federation has been trying to contain it ever since, but their efforts have only made it stronger. Ilara is horrified, but Zorth is devastated. He has spent his life serving the Federation, believing in their mission. Now, he realizes that he has been fighting for a lie. The revelation shakes him to his core, but it also gives him the strength to do what must be done. Together, he and Ilara manage to overload the core, but the Death World is not so easily defeated. In a final, desperate act, Entity X9 merges with the core, becoming an unstoppable force of destruction. The ship begins to collapse, and Ilara, Zorth, and Lila are trapped. But just as all seems lost, Lila, drawing on her father's adventurous spirit, devises a plan of her own. Using her knowledge of the ship's systems, she manages to create a diversion, giving Ilara and Zorth the chance to escape. Ilara refuses to leave without her daughter, but Lila insists. You have to go, she says, her voice filled with determination. You have to save the world. With tears in her eyes, Ilara agrees, promising to return for her. She and Zorth manage to escape just as the ship explodes, taking the Death World with it, but the victory is bittersweet. Lila's fate is unknown, and Alara is left to grapple with the cost of their victory. The Galactic Federation, exposed for their role in creating the Death World, is forced to withdraw, leaving Earth to rebuild on its own. Alara, now a hero, returns to her observatory, her heart heavy with loss but filled with a newfound sense of purpose. In the aftermath of the battle, Earth begins to heal. The skies clear, and the sun shines once more. But for Alara, the scars remain. She spends her days searching the stars, not for signs of life, but for signs of her daughter. She knows the odds are slim, but she refuses to give up hope. One night, as she gazes through her telescope, she notices a faint, pulsating light in the distance. It is the same light she saw all those